Oh, hey, I'm Joe Mack, and welcome back to the channel. Today, it's going to be more of a quick video. I want to talk about what I'm looking forward to doing in 2026 and what it's like after having reread and taken on all of Sun Eater since August, and how that has affected my desire or what I want to read for the future. I am not burnt out. I wouldn't say that I need a break from reading, but Sun Eater was a large undertaking. It is a 7-book series. The books are not small. There is a lot going on within those books and within that story. It is a higher participation from the reader when taking it on, and I've enjoyed it so much. I'm not quite done with Shadows Upon Time. I am just starting chapter 82, so I have, I think, roughly 10 chapters or so left. So hopefully I get that done and I get a video out for that book, sometime next week. I want to do it right and take my time with it. I'm not trying to rush through it. And, that's kind of another thing. I'm not trying to rush through books or read as fast as I can just to put content out, because that takes away from what I enjoy, the experience of reading in general. So I'm trying really hard to maintain that reading for reading's sake portion of when I'm doing it, and not have the YouTube thing, which I'm doing as a way to talk to people and enjoy these books even more. I don't want that to impede upon my enjoyment of just reading the books. So with that being said, what I'm definitely going to pivot to for at least a little bit after Sun Eater is finished, so in the beginning of 2026, because I'll probably not finish another book in 2025, especially with the holidays and stuff coming up, but I'm definitely going to be looking to read some shorter works. And when I say that, I mean like shorter for sure, not even novels, but probably short stories and novellas for a little bit. I'm probably going to dive into Robert Howard's Conan stories. I'm probably going to be reading a lot of Philip Dick, and I'm going to check out the new Murderbot that came out, although that could be a novel. It's kind of pivoted towards that, but just some real palate cleansing, some real easier goals as far as readings go. And then definitely from that point, once I feel like I'm back on the saddle entirely, I do want to get into some fantasy after all this sci-fi. I want to read Memory, Sorrow, Thorn from Tad Williams. That's something I'm very interested in doing, and jumping into some Janny Wirtz especially. So, it's been, August, September, October, November, December, 5 months of nonstop, or maybe longer. This might have been going on since before August. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but I've enjoyed every second of Sun Eater. It is my favorite book series out there. I will probably every couple of years reread it, and I'll dive more into some Sun Eater stuff in a different video in the future. I don't want this to be too much about that, but it definitely leaves you exhausted after everything. There's, and in a good way, right? Like after a nice hearty carbohydrate meal, like a big spaghetti. Very enjoyable. You loved it every second. Or like a big Thanksgiving dinner. The second you finish, you gotta go sit on the couch, take a nice little nap. So that's where I'm at with reading right now. I definitely, I'm not taking a break from it, but I need to jump into something shorter for sure. So that's kind of like my reading plans, right? Some shorter stuff some short stories, some novellas moving forward. But as far as the YouTube thing for 2026, what I want to do is I want to get to know some of the other booktubers out there. I want to try and do some more collaborative videos, have some more actual discussions with people like I was doing with The Road to Katahdin. It was much more enjoyable and much easier, honestly, than just talking to my phone like I'm doing here, having that back and forth, trying to find my way to kind of emulate like the Two to Ramble boys, having those live conversations and that actual conversation, right? Instead of just trying to talk to myself or hope somebody's listening and will answer back in the comments or something. So I want to definitely explore doing some collaborative stuff, some buddy reads, some series discussions on things that I've done, get more involved in the BookTube community and see where that takes us. If I feel very lucky, I think that we are at 243 subscribers. So in the year 2025, I think we might make it. We might end hitting 250, and that's absolutely incredible. I have no goals. I have no desires or expectations for doing this. I'm doing it solely for fun, as a hobby, to learn a skill, editing videos, and to find people to talk to. And I definitely found a lot of them this year, most notably on the Red Company Discord. And the Sun Eater community has been absolutely fantastic. And that's really the epitome of what I'm looking for is people to talk to about these books that I enjoy so much. So, I hope that could be you if you're watching. I just want to finish out by saying thank you to everybody who decided to subscribe and who has participated in any way, chit-chatting with me about any of the videos that I've made this year over the past 8 or 9 months, however long it's been. I really appreciate it, and it makes taking the time to record these and edit them and put them up worth it. Makes me feel a little less foolish for doing so. So I really appreciate it. What are you looking forward to doing in 2026? How do you feel after taking in such a large series, if you have, like Sun Eater, Wheel of Time, the Cosmere, any of these multi-book, larger than trilogy series that are going on? Do you feel like you need a break? You need to read something shorter to kind of offset the weight that those stories put on you? Or are you able to just go from big series to big series, one after another? And all right. And as I always say, please get in those comments. Love you guys. Bye. Everything. No, I'm gonna cut that part.